All right, so we're a family of 7. We've got 5 kids and us 2, and we've been nomading or traveling for about 6 months. Okay, one of the biggest things was like, how do we get a car to fit our family in any way? Like, anyway, I scoured the internet. Like we really like watched a bunch of videos, and none of them had the real answer. We have the answer now.
We have an answer that's better than all the other answers we found.
It's better. Denmark. Fly to Copenhagen. This is the answer.
Yeah, the car rental places seamlessly will do a long duration rental that under the hood looks like a mini lease, but it all just works through the car rental company the same way. The prices are better. This is a lot cheaper than a 7-seater would have been in Ireland for...
Oh my gosh. Ireland was so expensive for cars.
Ireland is really expensive for cars.
Okay, so in Denmark, it's a 28 rolling lease. So like, it's like you get 28 days and then it...
30.
I thought it was 28.
30.
Are you sure?
Pretty sure.
Is it 28 or 30? Well, it matters because your credit card will only give you insurance for a 28-day rental. It was 30. I don't know about the insurance part, okay, but actually, like, there is a physical car that you can have for 3 months, which is your 90-day visa as a US citizen in the Schengen area. You can have a car for that full 3 months out of Copenhagen.
Yeah, and the cross-border is, like, fees are really low. It's just a flat fee for the month, for each month of the rental. It's like $20,
yeah.
$30 to be able to drive
like
across borders,
time.
and that's it. It's not per day, it's not per border, it's just, yeah, it's cheaper than the toll on the bridge from the island Copenhagen is on to the next island over.
So yeah, you can do Schengen area for like minimal fee, and then you also, the second driver fee was so low because it only charges for the first 10 days, and then the rest of the 3 months it's not a charge anymore.
Yeah, and it was like $8 per day, not like we've seen those be up to like $20 a day. Whereas like some of those short rentals where,
oh my gosh,
like in the UK, it was like, okay, it'll like, you know, 50% additional cost on the rental to get a second driver, but here it was like whatever.
Well, I couldn't drive in the UK anyway. I did try that. It was terrible, so I don't recommend it for me. But yeah, Europe is fine driving. So when we started, we went to France and we got, was it Turo?
Turo, yeah.
Yeah, we used Turo to get an old car, just like, you know, they do like person-to-person rentals, and so you can get older cars. So we had like this awesome beater van, loved it so much, and it fit everybody and our stuff. But do you want to talk about trying to drive the van? Like, it was like,
oh man, well, it was a manual van, and like I learned to drive it, and the engine performed really well, but like in the middle of the rental we had the brake serviced, and the sliding door was actually required. There's a bit of a trick to get it to close.
Yeah.
And so there were some pain points because it was an old, driven, a ton of kilometers van.
And it was in our price range, and it worked for our stuff and our family, and we had it for 2 months. It was totally awesome.
Yeah, and we didn't go over on miles with that one, and yeah, it worked great. We were super grateful to have it, and we saw an awful lot of France in that van. Yeah,
but with Turo, you can't go outside of the country unless the person has like the right kind of insurance, and so by the time you get the person with the right insurance, you're basically dealing with a car rental company, and it's not gonna be a better price. So if you're gonna be in like one country for a long time, Turo was great, and in fact it would have worked in the UK as well.
Yeah, we'd try Turo in the UK because you're not really driving to other countries when you're in the UK.
Right, that's true. That'd be fine.
You could technically ferry over to Ireland if you want, I guess, and there are some ferries to the mainland too, but yeah. There
were all sorts of videos talking about how to buy a car and then sell it again, but the logistics of that just were like really overwhelming. We're like, we don't actually want to own a car, and I don't want to be stuck with it if it doesn't work, and I don't know a guy. Like, everything sort of hinges on, do you know a guy, or are you willing to sort of make it work? And I'm not.
Yeah,
like, I like following rules.
We'd want to hire an attorney in Bulgaria to set up a business for us.
I don't want to put that particular video down.
No, I mean, that works for them. If we were going to be here indefinitely, I could see jumping through all those hoops, but I mean, we're not. We don't actually know how long we're going to be in Europe, and we definitely wouldn't recoup the costs on getting that whole deal set up.
Yeah, and with their 90-day visa, like, we're just in and out, so it just was too complicated. We don't have an address for a Germany car. You can buy a car in Germany, but you can't register it. And it was like, well, I don't have an address. I don't know a person in Germany. That's not going to work. France, I read a lot about, you can get a lease, and I liked that idea. You can get like almost 6 months lease maybe on a new car. That sounds really nice, but they only go up to 5 seaters as far as I could tell. Well, that doesn't work for us with 7. In Ireland we had 7 seaters, but it didn't fit the stuff because all the 7-seater rentals that we were finding, I mean, I know they exist at exorbitant costs, but the ones we were able to get were just didn't fit our stuff. So we super squished to get in the car and drive across the country.
Oh my gosh, it barely worked at all. It was awful.
No legroom for any child and pretty tough on everybody. So we really wanted a car that like could fit our luggage. We just have 1 carry-on per person and a backpack per person. It's not like we have a lot of luggage, but there are 7 of us. So yeah, to find a car that actually would like fit everybody, be comfortable, man, this is such like a godsend for us. It's so beautiful. Like, we have a real van and it's totally legit.
Yeah,
and it's nice.
Comfortably fits all our stuff and all our people.
And we can have it for 3 months and we can go anywhere on the continent that we want to. I don't know about anywhere. Like, there's some like, don't go to this country. It's whatever.
But yeah, and there's a mileage limit.
Outside of Eastern Europe, you can do Western Europe without like worrying about it with everybody.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, mileage.
And a lot of Eastern Europe these days too, but
yeah. But just to have a car that fits the whole family and all of our stuff that we can just have for 3 months on the continental Europe is phenomenal. I didn't know how to do that. Other places weren't showing. And anyway, we just totally lucked into it, I guess.
Yeah, because we were coming to like Denmark anyway, so we do the normal thing where we were searching for rentals on the sites and came across one in Denmark, and we're like, wow, how is that like night and day better than anything we've seen anywhere else?
Yeah, and you actually
for car
can
rentals.
Book it for 3 months.
Yeah, I was all like, maybe this
worried.
is like, I was worried about like, maybe this like aggregator site like has an error in their integration or something and sold us something that the company's not going to honor or whatever. And no, we showed up, it was nothing
Totally
to do.
fine.
It was super easy.
It's totally fine. The guy was super nice.
Oh yeah, he was great.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that was the thing. It's not that cheap, but like for
it's 2,000 a month, right?
Yeah, right about.
Yeah, it's 2,000 a month. But we just have to make the housing work out at the lower cost to make up for the car. Like, that's kind of how it works. Like, you just stay in cheaper places to.
Yeah,
I think
and with the car, staying in the country is pretty great as long as the car doesn't have a flat tire on Saturday. Yeah, it's been awesome because like people justifiably talk about how expensive Scandinavia is, and that's true for like groceries and eating out and a lot of stuff, but the housing actually isn't more expensive than anywhere else.
Yeah, we got some good deals.
Yeah, we got some actually terrific deals for country
really
stays in all 3 of the Scandinavian countries. So
yeah.
we're really excited about that. And we have a car.
It's great. So yeah, if you're researching how to get a car for a big family in Europe, just fly into Copenhagen. Wherever else you plan to go, just drive from there. Like, just start here, get your car for 3 months that fits your luggage and your people, and you're good to go. Like, just fly in and out of Denmark. Anyway.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, we're excited about it.
Yeah.